2222 Rumblebee, 03 Devil, 000. Oh, restart? Okay. Are we good? Dad, we good? Okay. Welcome to Game 3 of our Level 2 round robin. I'm Livid. I will be announcing for Philly tonight. For Philly, you have 1005, Amazing, 215, Fruit Loop, 2222, Rumblebee, 03, Devil, 000, Pinky Dye, 286, Molotov Cocktail, 0713, Locomotive, 137, Ari Not Sorry, 05, Skyscraper, 427, Rampage, 240, Tsunami, 148, Ruby Doom, 2817, Crasher, 777, Rollatoni, and 212, Ziggy Starburst.
I'm Hardcore from Pittsburgh, and I will be announcing for Pittsburgh tonight. On our roster, we have 009, Meta Nightmare, 039, Twisted Sister, 1, Maximus Prime, 111, Pandemonium, 138, Panic Attack, 15, Slambert, 197, Bean Boozle, 27, Cold Soup, 271, Delirium, 28, Poison Apple, 31, Moose, 64, Rocky Road, 67, Rampage, 704, Crash Test Dummy, 8820, Danger Ahead, 91, Little Strange, and 911, Killer Potato.
We are approaching our first jam of this last game. For Philly, we have Locomotive out as jammer.
And for us, we have Poison Apple.
Just waiting for that whistle announcing that the game has started. And there we go. Starting off our first jam, we have Locomotive on the line for Philly. Facing some strong defense from Pittsburgh.
Poison Apple out, taking lead.
Locomotive follows suit and starting his initial lap.
Poison Apple approaches the pack.
And so does Locomotive, landing an apex jump.
Poison calling off the jam.
This is
Scoring
a 6-point jam for Philly.
And a 3-point jam for Pittsburgh.
For Philly, we have Rampage out.
And Maximus Prime for Pittsburgh.
Rampage fighting her way up through the pack and picking up lead for Philly.
Maximus Prime still fighting in the back. Gets to the front and gets out.
And Rampage starts their initial scoring pass, picking up 4 points for Philly.
Max is back in the pack.
Rampage picks up 4 more points for Philly. Philly holding some strong defense against Maximus Prime. And Rampage picks up 4 more points for Philly.
Maximus Prime is still fighting against the strong Philly wall.
And Rampage picks up now their 16th set of points.
Maximus Prime takes the star off and gets through the pack, still as the jammer.
And Rampage calls it off. This is a 20-point jam for Philly. And a 4-point jam for Pittsburgh.
On the jam line for Pittsburgh, we have Pandemonium.
And on the jammer line for Philly, we have Skyscraper. And Skyscraper picks up lead for Philly.
Pandemonium fighting, but getting through with a little offense.
With some lovely offense from Panic Attack on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense sealing around Skyscraper, hitting them out of bounds. Both teams holding incredible defense, but Skyscraper gets out and picks up 4.
Panic Attack playing more offense for Pandemonium, and Panda gets through and scores 4 points.
Sky facing some heavy resistance from the Pittsburgh pack, but does pick up 4 points, and this is a power jam in favor of Philly. And Skyscraper calls it off as a 12-point jam. This is a power jam in favor of Philadelphia. We have number 9, Lightning Bug, out for Philly.
The jammer for Pittsburgh is standing in the box, still Pandemonium, and is now back on the track.
Lightning Bug facing some heavy resistance from the Pittsburgh pack, but picks up 4 points.
Pandemonium completes her initial pass and is now fighting for points.
Both facing some strong defense. With Poison Apple having a beautiful hit out on Lightning Bug, but they pick up 4 points. Now we have Rampage going to the box for Philly, making this a blocker advantage for Pittsburgh.
Pandemonium almost out of the pack, but gets hit and recycled back.
Along with Lightning Bugs.
Panda still fighting in the back of the pack, having 0 points yet, but she gets out and scores 4 for Pittsburgh.
That was a very strong jam with a lot of strong defense from both teams, making this only a 8-point jam for Philly and 4-point jam for Pittsburgh. showing how strong that defense was for both teams.
Yes.
Who's on the line? Oh, there
We
we go.
have cold soup.
And we have Locomotive on the line for Philly. And Locomotive picks up lead.
Cold soup getting past, scoring her initial.
Along with Locomotive dancing on that inside apex.
Getting some offense from Max. Cold soup is almost through on the outside line,
And Locomotive
but gets
picks up
hit
4 points.
on the inside line.
Locomotive picks up 4 points. Philly defense really sealing around Cold Soup. But Cold Soup is relentless and is dancing on those lines.
Yes.
And after a strong hit from Ziggy Starburst on Philly, Cold Soup is out. And Locomotive picks up 4 points.
Cold soup trying to score again. On the outside, gets hit out.
And a little jammer on jammer contact. And this is now a power jam in favor of Pittsburgh with Locomotive getting an illegal contact.
Cold soup danced on the inside line and got out with 4 points. Approaching the pack again, getting offense from the whole team.
Philly defense trying to work around that offense, but Pittsburgh has very strong offense.
Cold soup getting out with 4 more points, and the game is called off.
Our score is 67 Philly to 18 Pittsburgh. The box is clear for both teams.
On the jam line, we have number 67, Rampage.
And we have Skyscraper, who picks up lead for Philly.
Getting some offense from Panic Attack. Rampage passes on her initial.
Panic Attack having some strong defense against Skyscraper, but does get sent to the box.
Rampage also getting out, scoring 4 points.
These jammers are matching each other point by point. Both jammers working through the pack.
Both getting out and scoring 4 points.
And Skyscraper calls it off, each jammer matching point to point.
On the line for Pittsburgh, we have 91, Lil Strange.
And we have 47 Rampage on the line for Philly. So opposite Rampage. Huh? Opposite Rampage.
Mm-hmm. Jam starts and Lil Strange gets out of the pack, immediately getting lead.
And Rampage working through that strong Pittsburgh defense. Incredible defense from Pittsburgh. But Rampage is out.
Strange back in the pack and picks up 4 points.
Rampage on their way to finish their initial lap. And Panic Attack takes out Rampage, making them recycle.
Strange getting out of the pack with 4 more points.
And Rampage picks up 4 points. Something I personally love about so far this round robin is the fact that both teams have had very energetic benches.
I agree with that. Strange got 4 more points and called it off.
4 points for Philly, 12 for Pittsburgh. We have Locomotive out for Philadelphia.
And Maximus Prime out for Pittsburgh.
I believe we have Molotov Cocktail playing some offense, and Locomotive is out.
Both jammers are out now, approaching the pack again. Maximus Prime getting hit out and recycled to the back.
And Locomotive picks up 4 points.
Hitting out again, but
and with a pretty apex jump, Locomotive picks up 4.
Max getting out, but slipping and having to recycle back again.
Locomotive picks up another 4 points. Molotov Cocktail and Amazing on Philly, holding some strong defense against Maximus. And Locomotive picks up 4 points, making this a 16-point jam for Philly.
Maximus Prime out of the pack scoring 4 points.
And Philly picks up 20 points, bringing our score to 99 Philly.
And 42 Pittsburgh.
Someone I'd like to shout out last year and for Philly is Molotov Cocktail, playing awesome offense and defense.
I agree with that. Panic Attack on the jam line.
And
for the
Ziggy
first
Starburst
time.
for Philly. Both for the first time.
Oh, perfect.
And Ziggy almost gets out, but is hit out by Pittsburgh.
Panic Attack getting through the pack
Picking
and
up
racing
lead.
around.
And Ziggy Starburst is out.
Panic going through on the inside line with a quick hit, calling off the jam after picking up 4 points.
For Philly, we have Lightning Bugs.
And for Pittsburgh, I think we have Twisted Sister.
I think you are right. And Pittsburgh has called a timeout.
Our blockers on Pittsburgh are Bean Boozle, Poison Apple, Lil Strange, and Moose.
And for Philly, we have Tsunami, Rumblebee, Rampage. Oh, I can't see who the last person is. Wait, quickly move. Who's the last person? Oh, and Devil. I've known Devil since they first started. You love to see people from different teams interacting with each other positively during a game, which I think really perfectly captures what roller derby is about. Win or lose, like, this is an experience, and everyone's here to just have fun, so.
I agree.
It's so great to see that I, as a member on the Philly All-Stars, have seen so many of these level 2s that are playing for Philly since they were level 1s and beginners, and it's so great to see how they've grown.
I agree with that. I love seeing how they play now. Twisted's sister getting through on her initial on the outside line.
Lightning Bugs working that outside line, but Bean Boozle hits her out.
Twisted's sister approaches the pack and is being held by two very strong blockers on Philly.
Devil and Rumblefleet being some amazing butts.
Twisted hit out and re-enters and still scores 4 points.
Lightning Bugs still working to get to that initial pass, facing some very tough Pittsburgh defense.
Both jammers in the pack. And Twisted is recycled back.
And Lightning Bugs gets through.
Twisted gets 4 points and calls it,
making this a 4-point jam for Philly and an 8-point jam for Pittsburgh.
The score now is 107 to 54 in favor of Philly. For Pittsburgh, our jammer is Cold Soup.
And for Philly, our jammer is Rollatoni.
Cold Soup getting out and scoring lead.
And Panic Attack having some great defense against Rollatoni.
Cold Soup approaching the pack once again. And
Rollatoni, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And almost getting through, and is now through.
Rollatoni still fighting against that very strong Pittsburgh wall. Something I love about Rollatoni is that Rollatoni, no matter who hits her, she's always has a smile on her face. She loves playing tough teams and intense derby, so this is great for her.
Love that. Panic Attack holding really well.
Cold Soup is out with another 4 points. And there's a star pass from Rollatoni to Amazing.
Cold Soup approaching the pack and trying to get through with a little offense. And then calls off the jam with 0 points, I think.
Yes. You would be right. Our score is 107 Philly to 62 Pittsburgh. These past few jams, Pittsburgh has really been turning up that intensity.
Our jammer for Pittsburgh is Crash Test Dummy.
And our jammer for Philly is Skyscraper. And Skyscraper pushes through and gets lead.
Followed by Crash Test Dummy.
And Skyscraper does a little apex jump, followed right after by Crash Test Dummy.
Yeah. Both getting 4 points. Panic racing to the front to try and hold Skyscraper.
And Skyscraper picks up 4.
A little offense by Panic Attack, and Crash Test Dummy is through.
Skyscraper picks up 4. Both jammers doing really good, and it is now a power jam in favor of Philly, but the defense has been really killing it this game.
Panic Attack trying to hit Skyscraper out in the front by himself.
But Skyscraper gets past after a solid 7 seconds of one-on-one blocking from Panic Attack. And Skyscraper calls it off with a 20-point jam and a power start for Philly.
That was some great offense by Philly. I mean, by Philly.
Both teams have incredibly strong offense and defense. We now have Locomotive for Philly on the line, making this a power start for Philly. And with a little hop, skip, and a jump, Locomotive gets out for Philly, picking up lead.
Crash Test Dummy back on, trying to get her initial.
And Philly picks up 4. Something I'd like to bring up is that the Pittsburgh Jammer caps have like the Pittsburgh star instead of the actual star. And I noticed that when I was reffing, and I thought, that is so cool. That looks so awesome.
It's a new thing. All of our old covers were stained by one of our now A's pink hair. So we got new caps, luckily.
Yeah, the star's really cool on those. Locomotive picks up 4 points for Philly.
Crash Test Dummy still fighting to get her initial on finisher and gets out.
Slipping past Amazing, but not after a hip check from Amazing.
Never mind. Crash Test Dummy just scored 4 points. Bean Boozle coming back on the track after a penalty.
Locomotive getting hit out by that Pittsburgh wall.
Crash Test still fighting in the back, but with a little offense, gets through. Scoring 4 more points.
And Locomotive approaches and does a little apex jump and calls it off, making this a 24-point jam for Philly.
And an 8-point jam for Pittsburgh.
Your score is Philly 151.
And Pittsburgh 78.
We have Ziggy Starstruck. Ziggy Starburst. I think they spelled it wrong. Ziggy Starburst on the line for Philly, who I love.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
And Slamber on the line for Pittsburgh. Max trying to play some offense against the Philly players, but being not very effective.
This is now a power jam in favor of Pittsburgh. And let me say, Pittsburgh's offense and defense have been on point all of today.
I could say the same for Philly. Watching them in the last game and this game, They never seen the twos play, and this is really, they are doing a really good job.
The level 2s of JRDA have just really excelled.
Yes.
These are our future of Junior Derby, and we are in for a good next couple of years.
Yes. Jammer for Philly back on the track. Wow, Max just took a star pass.
Ziggy Starburst looking to start their initial lap. And, oh, Ziggy Starburst is taken out of bounds. Resetting.
Ooh. Maximus Prime trying to get through on that inside line and almost succeeds, but has. Yeah, and does succeed.
We have Crasher heading to the box for a low block, and Ziggy starting their first scoring pass.
Maximus Prime getting through the pack with 4 points, and the jam is called.
This is a power jam for Pittsburgh with Ziggy Starburst from Philly going back to the box with an illegal contact. Which, if you're not aware, an illegal contact could mean entering very fast into the pack, hard enough that it could cause potential injury. Illegal contact is anything not explicitly stated in the rules that can be egregious or just genuinely not legal.
Pittsburgh trying to play some offense against this strong Philly wall and gets Panda through, scoring her initial.
Pittsburgh's offensive setup for power jams is incredibly strong.
Pittsburgh has a 3-in-1 strategy because the jammer for Philly is back on.
Ziggy Starburst trying to fight his way through the inside line and gets out, starting his initial lap.
Pandemonium still fighting against 2 strong butt blockers. Pandemonium calling the jam,
making this what looks like a scoreless jam for both.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah. Philly has lightning bugs. Is that lightning bugs? I thought that was Gator.
Oh,
Yeah, Philly has Gator out.
Pittsburgh, we have Moose, who just scored their initial.
Gator working through an incredibly strong Pittsburgh defense.
Philly being loud on the bench.
But Gator is through on their initial lap.
Moose fighting to get through, almost through, and is through on the inside line. Never mind, they were recycled.
Gator pushing hard against that powerful Pittsburgh defense, with lightning bugs being lost to the box.
Moose still fighting and gets her first 4 points. Calling off the jam.
This is a 3-point jam for Philly and 4-point jam for Pittsburgh, with a blocker advantage in favor of Pittsburgh. For our last jam of the first half, we have Locomotive out for Philly.
And we have Cold Soup out for Pittsburgh. Cold Soup getting almost through in the middle.
And Locomotive skating along that outside line, picking up lead for Philly.
Cold Soup broke through the middle of the pack and got her initial.
Locomotive breaking through that outside pack and picking up 4 points.
Cold Soup racing a blocker, trying to. Cold Soup is out on a penalty now.
This is a power jam for Philly. And Locomotive gets out. Oh, they have one too many. Philly has one too many out. But Locomotive picks up 4. And with a beautiful apex jump from Locomotive, he picks up another 4, making this a 16-point jam for Philly.
Cold Soup is back on fighting in the pack, going along the inside line and getting 4 points.
And Locomotive calls it. This is the end of our first half with our score Philly 174
and Pittsburgh 94.
We will see you in 15 minutes. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of. I think there's a power button on the side, but I don't know if that's everything. Really bad if people don't do it.
I don't know. I don't know you could do that. How did they switch up?
I think it was like. I think there was a problem. Like, I think they Welcome back.